Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto 3. I'm the Mysterious JG. The last time, I honestly don't remember exactly how I ended my last recording session, because I do remember that I goofed around a little bit playing the next mission off screen just for the hell of it, and it's going to be a little tricky. It's one of those timed missions where you don't necessarily know exactly where all your objectives are, so you can waste a lot of time. It's like difficult to get on the first attempt because you don't know where the hell you're supposed to be going. But one thing that's happened is I was talking about how I sort of vaguely regret that in Vice City we finished the main story and had other stuff to do at the end because it felt anticlimactic. Well, despite what I said, I think we're going to do the same thing here, actually. I think we're going to finish the main story as early as we can and do some other stuff after, because although I was saying, oh, it's anticlimactic that way, this story, like, Claude is such a... he's the personality-free, dialogue-free protagonist. Like, I don't feel like he has a story arc the way that Tommy Vercetti does. Because the game gives you a final mission where you get, you know, you take care of what probably felt like important personal business, but... or should feel like it, like dramatically it's set up, but
hey folks, it's Andy.
At the same time it's not, because he just doesn't have a personality. So when you go get revenge against his enemies, it just feels like business as usual for Claude. He just goes around murdering whoever he's told to murder. But finishing the last mission is what gives us the Rhino. There's no way, I guess, like, you could cheat a bit, but you don't normally get the Rhino until you win the game, and then suddenly you have the Rhino. It's unlocked at Phil Cassidy's shop when you've actually beaten the main story. So for that reason, I'm going to do the main story and then leave some other missions to the end. And I've decided, I guess, what mission we could do absolutely last for ultimate anticlimax. Because now that I've decided, well, it'll be a little anticlimactic, but let's finish the main story and then do side stuff. There's a very anticlimactic way to end the whole series that might be kind of amusing in that respect.
Miguel certainly has some of that famous Latin stamina. I'm quite exhausted. We underestimated Catalina's
We should wear short
plans
sleeves
for
when you're
Spain.
dominating someone.
It reaches far beyond the yardies selling it on the street corners. The cartel have a front company, the Kappa Coffee House. They've been selling Spank through the street stalls. We have no choice but to put these drug stands out of operation. Smash them to splinters.
The Kappa Coffee House, eh? Presumably manned by turtle yokai. Oh, so this is a regular stinger. I was kind of wondering why it looks so different. It's not officially a Yakuza stinger. So nobody in the game really cares what kind of car you're driving. Like, you can drive a Yakuza car through Colombian territory, or a Colombian cartel vehicle through Yakuza territory. The reaction is going to be based on how they feel about Claude. So here's what we need to do. There's a total of, I think, 9 stalls. I read up on this, so it's cheating, I suppose, but I read up on where some of them are. There's 2 on the far, like the starting island, there's 2 on the last island we just unlocked, and most of them are here on this island. But there's a strict time limit, but it doesn't start until you blow up the first stall. So what you want to do is actually kind of take your time exploring this island, I guess. So there's like 4 that we found so far, and I guess they stay on your map as long as you are cruising.
Would you like a giraffe?
5. Okay, so I think that's all these. I think that's all of them.
And we'll send you a giraffe.
And I remember from playing and failing the other day. Oh, it's actually almost a week, or more than a week ago now, maybe. I remember where the ones are on the first island. So if we go to the last island, I think we now have located all of the It still might not be easy. I just remember goofing around with this off screen. I was kind of thinking, hey, maybe like I could just like quick rush to the last mission and see how bad it's going to be. See how concerned I am about doing it on screen. And then I was like, no, the mission, like there's enough missions before that were going to be challenging that it just wasn't something I was going to goof around with too much longer off screen. But so now I just got to remember how to get. I think I just ran over a Yakuza guy who was on his way to attack. I don't know, whoever it was, they were probably involved in gang warfare because they were running around ignoring traffic. Pedestrians usually don't just like run into the roads. Sometimes if you're moving fast, they react in strange ways, like they're panicked. And I've had plenty of them jump in front of the car, but it's only when you're speeding around. And not usually on the big highways where you're supposed to be speeding around. Can't remember where the can't remember where the tunnel is, but it's around here somewhere. That's the hospital. Yeah, so I didn't mean to spend a big chunk of this video just looking for ways to cross from one island to the other, but that's... Unless you like really memorize the map of this game, it gets pretty tricky. Well, there's the overhead bridge. I was kind of looking for the tunnel, but this will work. I mean, we're driving well under it now, but I got to get to the top level of this here. And we turn ourselves around and go back, and we can get on the bridge. I kind of remember where the where to go on the first island. And on the third island, I just glanced at a fact to see roughly where they are. One of them is right after you get off the bridge, actually, and one of them is at the hospital, which I remember how to get to. The third island is not as big as the others, and there's not that many paths. There's like an airport, and then there's a path that leads from the airport to everything else on the island. You get to the dam and the projects, and they're really weird to navigate, but there's basically like one road between them and the airport half of the map. So probably what I want to do is go to the, find this one that was near the airport. Then, there it is. So what I'll do is I'll go to the one that's by the hospital. I'll start there, come back this one. I'll get the ones on the second island. And hopefully I remember where they are on the first island. Meanwhile, I have my cell phone muted right now because I have gotten from the same robocall 10 times today. It's ridiculous. I do not know what's going on. Usually you just don't answer the phone. You don't, like, somebody's got a robocall auto dialer. They only put about 5 numbers in there because it's called mine like 10 times today. It's a fake Apple, like, technical services robocall, like, call back for help with your Apple product. And I've gotten the same exact recording on my answering machine like 10 times. It's crazy. All right. Fuck. I think they're actually after me, which is annoying. Yeah, the guy's after me. I wonder if I should use one of their vehicles to do these missions. They've got good engines. They're also really easy to roll over, so... So these things are actually guarded to the extent that the guys operating them will attack you. So what I found the best thing to do is just blow them up from a distance, which is why it's useful to have, because he would have to ram them with a vehicle or shoot them with a lot of automatic weapon fire otherwise. So I should not have gotten the cartel cruiser. This thing is already handling like a pizza. It's like a Chevy Suburban that somebody put like a really powered up engine into. It doesn't handle like it was meant to move this fast. It can take a lot of punishment. That's the main thing it's got going for it. Oh, crap. So I am going... I did make a mistake here. I didn't figure out exactly how to get to this one stand. So I presume it's over here somewhere. Okay, yeah, it is.
So I'm sitting here reading the Liberty Tree, and it says in nearby Carcer City.
Okay, I need to actually find where this is. Oh, I'm wasting so much time here. I need to actually find it, because... Is it no problem to kill me? Well, this guy knows that I was shooting at him, I guess. Or there were other Colombians nearby, because it's definitely no problem to kill me. Punk Noodles, one location on another island that has already been attacked in an earlier story mission.
I love you, Pogo. You found. Help Pogo escape the evil research laboratory where the Nioh
So this might take more than one try, but one thing I did not realize until I looked at the FAQ and noticed, and I was like, oh yeah, duh, is there is no, there's no time limit until you destroy the first location, so there's really no point in not just finding them all.
Here you go, Pogo.
Okay.
Have a diamond.
This is a better car, and I need to be using it, and now I'm going to have to wait for the bridge. If I try to get across it, it's going to... I'll end up like this guy. Wow, that guy's really in an interesting situation here. Because his car has now been suspended in the air. Okay, this, I think I've messed this up. I don't see this being recovered right now. For this one thing, I'm going to run into trouble trying to get to the first island, potentially. Always takes me a while to find the bridges. I really just got to remember where the frickin' tunnel entrances are on each island. Okay. This one's in a park, which is can be a mild hassle. Oh well, he's already found me anyway. So I got too close. Hey, my cab. Cab is not the biggest issue right now in my life, friend. I've got a whole bunch of coffee stands I need to destroy. I don't have that much time to do it in. Now there are cops right here. Will they object to this? Yes, they will. But wait, what? He punched me twice and I was defeated? I'm freaking armored up murder machine. Oh well, what the fuck? It was already going very poorly. Yeah, I guess you just get knocked down by a punch and you were instantly arrested. Which I guess makes sense. Because the guy presumably, once he knocks you down, puts a gun to your head. And I am still annoyed, though. Alright. Let's try this again. For one thing, I need to freaking get my... Go away. There's something obscuring my timer. So we're going to try again. I'm going to... I think this time, now that I know where they are on the second island, maybe the smartest thing is to get straight to the first island. Don't steal a cartel cruiser, because I almost rolled the damn thing. FBI car would be a nice choice because it's fast and armored, but I don't want to have to... Like, it's one of those, now that I've got it, I don't want to use it because it's cool and I don't want to have to go replace it. Claude balls. Sorry. Night in the Lion's Den with Claude balls. Yep, she's smacking them up. She is supposed to be a sadist. That's the thing. I mean, you get that she would be like torturing and beating the guy who murdered her brother, but it's already implied that she was into that stuff. So, okay, now I'm just fucking this up. But again, no time limit yet, so I shouldn't really be rushing. Let's find everything on this island. There should be 5 on this island, and then 2 on each of the other 2 islands. And another thing I should make sure I do is find out where the damn tunnels are. Though actually, as long as I do this island last, the middle island, it's not that big a deal to get the tunnel entrances. Tunnel will be the fastest way to get from the first island to the third island to the first island and vice versa. So I've only found 4, so that I need to keep cruising here before, so another one will become visible on my cell phone radar. Game radio. Okay, there we go. Over here at Game Radio, y'all. And check us out at GameCrib.com, y'all. We're gonna keep it moving right now. Stay tuned. Game Radio. More classic games by a stranger featuring Black Rob. Check it out. Thought I found all of them, and now it seems like there's only 4. Okay, there's 5. I mean, I could just get on a freaking boat to go to the first island. Well, there's the bridge to the first island. Alright, so let me get on that. And then once I'm on the first island, I gotta go locate the freaking tunnel. I remember how to get to the tunnel by glitching through the ground. I just don't remember how to get to it legit. This was not where I was supposed to go. Yeah, here. Gangsta King of Avalon, guys. Agalon, excuse me. Brand new from Agalon, featuring Sean Price. If we all cool, call anybody who did it. Winchester, Remington, any shot and I hit it, yo. Dress like my rapper's dapper. Watch Rosewood go outside and slap a cracker, yo. Vary your styles. Slap a cracker, yo. Killed it or get on the train with Barry Slotney, dude. Bottom line, you ain't ready for rock. Where your girl, dude, I'm ready to off. Do the knowledge of it. I probably want to maybe avoid the tunnels. The tunnels can get confusing too, actually. So one of these is near the warehouse, and because I can always find the bridge from the first town. One of them is up in St. Mark's by the Mafia, so that one could be dangerous. Now that the Mafia are my enemies. So I just want to move. I got less than 8. I don't know why the counter starts at 7. minutes 50 seconds. You'd think they'd give me an even 8 minutes. Or hell, even like 9 minutes since there's 9 stalls. You got to destroy more than one stall a minute to actually succeed. Fuck, see? That's not even the guys running the damn stand who are after me. It's the local mafiosos. Fuck me! Come on! Get blown up! Mafia guy trying to pull me out of the car. You're under arrest by order of the Mafia. I got a perfect insane stunt bonus. That makes a difference. I'm not sure. That didn't seem like I was moving fast enough to get an insane stunt bonus, but I guess I won't turn it down. Get a police bride, which is just kind of there. I wasn't really that worried about a 1-star wanted level, since I'm trying to move around to get to new locations as fast as possible anyway. So this is going to be a tough mission. You do not have a lot of time to play with here. Did not really mean to do that, but okay. Just trying to get to the one at the farthest north and then move from there. There's a replacement for my jacked up Yakuza car that I could use. Guys trying to attack me? What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm a nutburger driving a Yakuza car, jacking another Yakuza car, and like regular old shoppers are like, you can't let this guy do that to our favorite coffee stand. Take him out. Yeah, you got less than a minute per stand, and sometimes they're a hassle to find. And sometimes things go smoothly. Doesn't end until there's only one man left standing. Tune in night or watch the 24-hour live webcast. Liberty City Survivor. Remember, this is just us taking out front businesses for the Colombians because we don't like them. Is this actually in the park or not? If this is not in the park, it is in the park. Okay. I know there was one in the park, but there might be 2 in the park. That's where I was like. We might actually make it. I didn't realize how close together the ones on this island are if you actually, once you've got them all mapped and aren't trying to figure it out. Because the first time I did this, I blew up the first one on this island before I found any of them. So it was a lot of like searching. Okay, I was really hoping that would line up. And I wouldn't have to get in closer. Now, the challenge will be to get to the bridge. I can slam right into a cop car with no problem. That's nice to know. But the challenge would be to find the bridge efficiently, because I tend to get a bit turned around. And I think I'm off to a good start here. Yes. Because I have to come. I remember this view of it. You drive under it, and there's an on-ramp. If I'm lucky, the bridge will be down when I get to it, or coming down. And it's not, but actually I timed that almost exactly wrong. Luckily, these identical cars have decided to leave me an opening to get in here. I have enough time if I'm lucky. because you only get, I've got more than a minute per stall, which is actually better than the average you have to maintain. And now I remember where they are. I'm in a decent speed car, which has got not taking a lot of damage here. Now, things could go very wrong. I could run into issues with the Colombians. That's the main thing that could happen, is if I get a bunch of cartel guys attacking me, because they're all over this island. But they're not too bad in the airport. They get terrible when you get to the other end of the island. Don't want to accidentally blow myself up, so let's actually... It is no problem to kill me, man. It is no problem to kill me. Just bear that in mind, everyone. What did I say about the cartel? You got good hearing, Gringo, if you can hear me saying this while you're firing up your engine and driving away, Gringo. However, your good hearing does not mean that it is a problem to kill you. It is no problem to kill you. JD's not in it. I have a problem with South American people. It's just the voice in this game that he has repeated over and over. He's allowed to make fun of that without actually being against South American people, Gringo.
Certainly don't remember anything since then. Time for a commercial breakdown. You're listening to Flashback FM. I'm Tony, and I'll be right back where you left me.
This is a great game for having like ethnic stereotype voice acting in the background, though. Though the Colombians are not as offensive as the Triad. Selling spank at the hospital. Disgrace. And that... I got the phone... the phone is like digitally hooked up to my Fitbit, so I get a little... I'm getting another robocall from that same area code. Crazy. So that should be it for this video now. I mean, we'll head back to base and save our game, but and I guess I'll replace the Stinger that was in our garage with the Yakuza Stinger. Mechanical Lady of the Lake.
Using a penny whistle and a mysterious prancing German named Hans. The medieval Millennium Fair every weekend at Liberty City Park.
Oh, I'm taking a chance here. See if we can get across before it lifts. Or if we can just succeed in an insane stunt where it is. Okay, now you guys have a problem with me hitting you. Slammed into a cop car head on before and they didn't care. So we'll have several mission chains left. Like if I go through with this plan to win the main story, so we have access to the Rhino. I don't recall the Rhino being useful in this game, in part because I very rarely got the Rhino. I never finished the main story on original hardware. But got an awful lot of missions with a hard racing around time limit in this game. The Rhino wouldn't do you a whole hell of a lot of good in any of those. But still kind of excited to see. I have lots of good memories of playing around with the Rhino in Vice City because there was various ways to get one before you finish the main story. And I did more post-story goofing around in Vice City than probably any other GTA game. But let's get off of the rocket launcher. It's probably not the thing we're going to need for the very next mission. Although, actually, it probably is, now that I think it through again. But yeah, there you go. I'm happy I was able to beat that mission, and I don't think I could have beaten it without the fairly simple tip that just didn't occur to me until I checked out a FAQ to try to get an idea of where some of the stalls were on the last island, which is that you can find them all before you trigger the time limit blowing up the first one. Makes a huge difference. Anyway, guys, when we come back next time, we've got a little bit more to do. So the main story path is basically just now the war between the Colombians and the Yakuza. And that is the story path that ends the story of the game. But there's other mission givers still out there. We've got several phone missions we haven't even started. There's a whole phone mission chain on the second island with the Jamaicans we haven't even touched. There's a phone mission with a African-American gang on the third island that we haven't touched. And we still haven't done all the missions for Ray, the corrupt cop, or Donald Love. And I think that's it. But that's plenty for us to do after finishing the main story. And the main story's only really got a couple missions left. Because if you just, like, hardcore gun for the main story, Grand Theft Auto 3 is not a very long game if you do that. But it's a sandbox game, so why would you do that? You do that because you want the Rhino. And hopefully we'll be getting the Rhino in the next couple of videos. We'll see, folks.